Howdy folks, namaste, Gabriel here. So in this video I'm just going to give a basic explanation of meditation, or at least my own perspective on it. There are of course countless different techniques on how to meditate, and feel free to search around and mix and match, try this one and that one, see which one works best for you. So this is going to be about what you are doing within your mind, as opposed to how you're going to sit or anything like that. You can sit however you like. Obviously the most basic posture is just a cross-legged sitting pose. You could also go into full lotus position. I won't try to do that with my shoes and stiff pants on here, but you could sit like this. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on a bed, take your pick. So whatever works for you. You can sit on the floor up against the wall so that you have a support for your back. So just find a way to sit that is comfortable for you. And then as far as like how long to meditate, then it's completely up to you. You can just meditate until you feel like stopping, or you can set an alarm for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. An hour is a good amount of time, and that's a pretty good chunk of time, and that will give you the chance to go deeper into the experience. But if you don't have an hour, if that seems like too long, if your back isn't going to make it, whatever, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever works for you. So the basic concept of meditation is to calm and relax and focus the mind. And to some extent, it is to become more aware of one's thoughts. Ultimately, then, one of the main purposes of meditation is to come to a place of peace of mind in which you are not being pulled around by your thoughts, in which you are, in a way, removed from your thoughts. But it is not about suppressing the thoughts, at least, in my understanding and experience. Then, if you're trying to stop your thoughts, trying to push them away or push them down, then you are in a state of resistance to them, and then you are actually tangled up in them, even if you think that you're trying to remove yourself from them. So really the ultimate focus to have, intention to have, is to seek to become more aware of the thoughts and less pulled around and dragged around by them, so that you become removed from them to a certain extent. And I'm going to give an analogy that might help a little bit. So imagine that you have a kitten, and now draw not literally, but just imagine a circle in front of you, and you're going to take this kitten, this imaginary kitten, and put it in this circle in front of you, and the idea is to train this kitten to stay within that little circle. And knowing kittens, of course, they are going to wander off. And then you're going to grab this kitten, gently, not aggressively, not forcefully, grab this kitten and set it back in the circle. And then it's going to do it again, it's going to wander off, and you're going to grab the kitten and put it back in the circle. And the kitten is your mind, and the circle is the present moment. And so, now forget about the kitten. And now as you're sitting in meditation, then watch your own mind and watch how it wanders. And become more aware and more observant of the fact that your mind is wandering out of control without your conscious intention. Most of us are walking around through our lives with our thoughts just kind of running wild, and at times, driving us crazy, thinking about all this stuff that we can't, solve in our heads. It's just, the stuff of life that we get preoccupied with, and we're just wasting our time and our energy allowing these thoughts to just, cycle through our minds constantly. So become more aware of that. Sitting in meditative pose, focus within, a useful focal point I found is the third eye. Now the third eye is generally, assumed to be at the forehead, and it is associated with the pineal gland, which is in the center of the brain. And when your third eye opens, it is actually the pineal gland becoming activated. So when I think of focusing on the third eye, I kind of think of putting my attention somewhere behind the forehead a little bit, not right at the forehead, behind and below the forehead a little bit. So just bring your focus to that point and make a concerted effort to focus your attention at that point. And when you notice, all of a sudden you're thinking about, crap, I need to do the dishes, or I need to go to the post office, notice that and bring back your mind to the center, to that point, the here now moment, and simply keep on doing that. Meditation is not an act of just sitting. It is a practice that requires effort, much as if you're going to exercise a muscle. Then you have to exercise your mind and train the mind through your conscious intention and your own focus. So it is an active practice. It is not a passive thing of just sitting there. It is a matter of taking charge of your own mind, becoming more aware, more conscious of your thought patterns, how you're wasting your energy thinking about things and stressing out about things. And also you can factor in here, your feelings as well, and notice what feelings are mixed up in your thoughts. Simply become more aware in general of what is going on within your own consciousness. And in becoming more aware of what is going on within your own consciousness, then begin to not remove yourself, but come more into a place of centeredness that is to some extent detached from the thoughts and the feelings. And that's kind of a tricky, subtle concept, because people can take that to mean to suppress the thoughts and the feelings and to not be associated with them at all. But thoughts and feelings are part of consciousness. They're an expression of who we are. And it is not about separating from them, but allowing them to be while observing from this other place of just, peaceful, focused attention and intention of being somewhere deeper within yourself, in which you're expanding your awareness and coming to a greater consciousness of what is going on within you. So it's not about controlling or suppressing or denying the thoughts and the emotions. It's about mastering them. And that's one of those subtle but very important distinctions that's difficult to convey. And I'm not here saying I've got it all figured out, but simply to set that as the intention of being in a place of being more centered, more balanced, more grounded within yourself, and not being pulled around, hither and yon by thoughts and emotions that have gotten away from you and that are, running your life without your conscious awareness. So hopefully that gives you something to chew on, just to kind of recap. Oh, and then I really should mention also the importance of the breath. So let's just say you're sitting in your preferred style of meditation, making that conscious intention of bringing the mind to the present moment in a focused place. You can also have a candle, is one way, is some way that you have a candle sitting in front of you and focus on that candle, and that's kind of the same idea, is when your thoughts start running away from you, you focus back on the candle flame. And it's a matter of bringing your attention to something in the moment, as opposed to thinking about the past and the future. And then, meanwhile, it is very important to focus on the breath as well, and to become more conscious of the breath and to be breathing more consciously. So Again, there are many different styles of breathing, but just a a basic one is simply to breathe more deeply and breathe more into the stomach. So just become more conscious of the breath and take deeper, more aware breaths, breathing fully into the lungs and down into the belly. A slow inhalation and then a slow exhalation, just to get a pattern going of inhaling and exhaling, being more aware of it, and bringing more oxygen into your body through deeper breathing, which will help invigorate your whole body and your mind as well. And you can notice effects, within seconds of just becoming more conscious of the breath, taking deeper breaths, and allowing the breath to guide you in coming more into the present moment as well. So there you go. I hope that gives a few ideas on how to meditate. Again, feel free to search around and check out some other techniques. But the best way to know if this works is give it a try. Thanks for watching. Take care.